Morning, everybody. Jason, Hollis Farms. Youth turkey season is getting very close. So I got my turkey vest out. I hadn't even touched it really since last year. I don't think there's Rose. Hey, girl. I don't even think I took anything out of it. I've got some new mouth calls. I think my old ones are still in the pocket that they were in. So we're finna do a little turkey vest dump and see what all I got in there left from last year. Probably too much. It feels heavy. All right, so I'm just gonna sit here on the tailgate. This thing here, I think that this is either gonna be my second or third year on this vest. I picked it up. Most of your new type turkey vests have got them big, thick, like a backpack type strap, and I hate them because I can't, if you're sitting there and got plenty of time, you can get your gun shouldered okay, but it's so thick there, it just don't feel right. And I don't like taking my vest off normally when I'm hunting. So these right here is just thin. It's got a little pad on there, but you can shoulder real quick. So anyway, it's got a lot of pockets on it. I am thinking about trying something different if I get my hands on it, but I'm not sure yet. But for now, we're gonna probably use this one. So all right, so when we get down to the end, I'm gonna tell y'all what's the most important thing in my vest, and y'all can this is very important down in the South. I don't like toting a thermocell, get in there and hadn't got any of them pads or gas for it. I just keep off with me. And I'll show you what else I really like better than that. Down here hunting in these briar thickets, you better have you a pair of snips if you need to trim out some briars just so you can get to a tree or trim a little shooting lane or make a little makeshift blind. I always got my clippers with me. That pocket right there is actually for a thermocell, and I just never have toted it. Got a box call pocket here. This call here that I got is tight in there, but that's good. That way it don't for sure do any squawking. It is tight, snap back. It ain't going nowhere though. All right, so that's two pockets on the outside. Got one more on the outside on the left side. What I got in here? Turkey tote. Hope to get to use that. Fella sent me that last year. Actually sent me and Cody, and I think Brian and Cece, maybe Jake, I'm not sure. Spare shells. You never know when it's going to get western and you need some extra ones. I have been caught in the woods. I had to go all the way back to the truck to finally finish something off, and I don't like doing that. All right, that's on the outside on my left side. Let's see what's on the inside. This is pretty important stuff right here. Let's see. That's the head net that I've been wearing. I really like that. I have to have one pretty open in the front for them early mornings and when my heart gets to pumping and I'm breathing heavy, so the air will go out and it don't fog my glasses up. Vest, I think I got, head net, I think I got that last year. I really like it. It's soft and kind of slick feeling. And my gloves, them are just happen to be a pair of Nomad gloves. I don't know if they came. I think they came without the thumb and the finger on that right side. Well, both sides. I may have to put another pair on if it's cooler. And I got this thing. I found these things somewhere a long time ago. I think we was up in Tennessee at an old thrift store and just have to have it. It's just like a leafy hat cover or whatever. And a lot of times if it's gonna warm up, I wear these mesh hats, and them old skeeters will get to biting this bald head. And I like the camo, but I can just slip that over and better camo, and plus it keeps the main thing, it keeps the skeeters and them little old gnats from tearing my head up. All right, so that is everything on the left side of my bag. All right, so I probably need to be standing up showing y'all this. My back, so I have been standing up quite a bit this morning, and I've already done my exercises. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that today. So anyway, on the right side, the bottom pocket, I got a rangefinder. Very seldom ever use that. But in a field situation, I'll use it every once in a while. I got a little pair of binoculars there in the truck that I need to get them out and show y'all in a minute if I remember. All right, that's in the bottom pocket there, and it's got two slate holes, pockets, whatever you want to call them. Got a little narrow, tight pocket on the inside there. That's where my scratchers, sandpaper, and all. Still got a glass call in here. I need to practice a little bit on that. I've been practicing on my regular slate. And then up above it, it's got two striker pocket deal. I just usually use one, and I can get that strap back. I can slide my striker out without unvelcroing it. I'm picky on that noise when I'm in there. Whew. My wife and them get so upset with me, but I'm very picky. I know how good a turkey can hear. All right, so in the second slate pocket, I got my mouth calls. All these mouth calls are left in here from last year. They probably ain't no good. I'm about to test them and see if they're still good. They've been inside, but I'd rather keep them in the refrigerator. I'll test them here and see if they're any good. I got a couple more I've been playing with. Got some new type mouth calls that I've been playing with from Swamp Boy Custom Calls, and I'm trying to get the hang of it. I'm very old school on the mouth call, and sometimes my mouth don't operate like these new ones. But anyway, all right, let's see if I got anything. Ain't nothing in that one. That's good. Need to stay light. All right, so that's all the front pockets on the right side. It's got a big inside pocket on this side too. I always keep me a big Ziploc bag in case I get caught in a rainstorm where I can put my big camera in there and keep it from tearing up. All right, last but not least, this is probably the most important thing in my bag is a roll of, my vest, a roll of toilet paper. I would probably, in one of them mornings when you really need it, I'd probably rather have that toilet paper than a call, because I can kill a turkey without a call. But I don't like using leaves and poison ivy leaves and pine. About all we got down yonder is pine straw. They don't do too good. So that's the most important thing in my turkey vest is the TP. All right, I got something else in the back. Let me take it off real quick and show you. So one reason I got this vest, it's got a nice thick cushion. My back, y'all know how it's been. I don't want to talk about it, but it's got a big bag on the back. I usually use the turkey tote and don't put my turkey in the bag, but I've got some material that I played with a little bit last year, and I didn't this year. I mean, sometimes you're self-filming, and I like that camera where I can see it. A lot of people will put it back here and kind of guess where it's pointing. I like to be able to see my viewfinder, and sometimes I've been in a mess and not got a shot because I needed to swing this way and the camera was there. Oh well, that's part of filming, but I'm trying to help that some. This is a big piece of material, almost too big, but it's real light, leafy type stuff. If I can find I got to get used to finding this. I've had it out yesterday playing. On one end, this thing will cover me up completely. This will be a mess for daylight trying to find it, but I'll get the hang of it the more I do it. I cut a hole. Where is it at? Dadgum. Yep. No. Alright, let me find this hole. It's pretty good thing to do, I think. But it ain't no good if I can't find it. I'll end up cutting 20 in it. I cut me a hole. Dadgum. I hate when I'm trying to film and can't find something. Y'all bear with me. I'm gonna find my notch I cut here in just a second, because it had to be close, fairly close to one of the ends. If I don't find it in just a second, I'm going to make a new one. I think I'll probably cut all the pieces if I use it much. Now when I cut that thing, I said I'll be able to find that easy. Alright, hang on just a second. Alright, so it all kind of looks the same. I did not make a, I'm going to show y'all it, on there here in just a second. I didn't make a big hole in it. This is my main camera, my big Canon. This is the zoom. This is my favorite camera for deer hunting and turkey hunting. The audio's good. I don't run that big mic on top. I've tested with that with y'all before, and it just seemed that my up close, I may miss a gobble way out there, but my up close stuff just seems to sound better. And I've even had both of them on in a shooting house one time, and we played with that, and everybody agreed that we liked it better like this. Sometimes you can be watching a video and it just gets almost too loud with them big old mics, but I don't want to tote that big old mic, so we're gonna stay right here. But what I did, of course, this will be on a tripod if I'm hunting by myself, but I fixed it to where this right here will just stick through there, and that's the only thing I'm gonna be able to see. And I got it long enough to where it would drape over me. The biggest thing you get into sometimes, you're down on one coming and you look over in the viewfinder and the turkeys done walk past the view. So if I can, and you can't move then, so if I can kind of have this material, I'm planning on it working out. I'm sitting beside a tree, my gun's just out here, and I can go under, because my tripod, I might as well get this out right now and we'll experiment. Let me get this camera hooked up, I'll be able to explain it better. All right, so I got her up on this tripod. I don't have a high-dollar tripod. Actually, this is the first tripod that I ever got. It's a little Sony. It extends way up. It's light. I like it. I got a big tripod that came with this thing. I ain't toting it. Don't like it. All right, let me see if I can find this hole again. All right, so that'll be sticking through there like so. And then on this handle back here, I got my remote. On, off button, zoom in. I'll have this, try to have my viewfinder and all under my net. And if I'm shouldered, or while the turkey's coming, I can have my hand under here and slip right out and shoot. Or if I got to ease back down, and this'll be pretty much covering me completely up. Half the time, I toted it all last year, and half the time I didn't get it out. One of them things. Most time where we're at, it's the thick, you don't really need this, but never know. I like to be prepared. And as light as this is, it won't be in the way at all. And usually what I do, that is the lowest setting. If I'm in the right spot, I'll leave it there, and generally I can swing over. But sometimes in these thickets, I very seldom let the legs out anymore. I keep that footprint of the tripod small like that, and I can jack up just by reeling that thing and still. I ain't tested this, and I'll still, yep, I'm still completely covered. And that would even work out better if the higher it is, it's got me more covered. But I like my little tripod, and I like that camera deal right there. So I got my net back up, put up. This camera right here, this is a little Sony Handycam. It's a HDR CX405. This is just like the first camera that this was, when I first started this YouTube, this was the only camera I had. Super, I mean, this thing is a couple $100 or whatever it is. Super audio on this little thing. The mics are in front. I got them covered with them little whiskers for the wind. Y'all can see how it is in my hand. It's small and light, and actually this tripod is what this type camera, this is about my third one I've ever had, and I actually just got this and not too long ago. The quality is not quite as good as the big Canon or this Osmo that I'm filming with right now, but if as long as it's in the wood, even in a field, it'd be okay. Because I'm gonna tell you, I get tired of toting all this stuff. Like I've told y'all during deer season, I'm always trying to get lighter, and if y'all happen to see part of my hunt or something, the quality seems just a little bit different. It's sure not good on action type stuff, but man, it's just so handy. You just open it up. The one I originally had, the shutter opened automatically, but I couldn't find that anymore. And really, actually, you do that manually. That'd be about the only thing that'd ever break on this thing. It'd get to where it wouldn't even open or close. But doing it manually, I mean, that's all you do. You open it up and it's ready. And the batteries, I ain't charged this thing forever and the battery's still full. Like I said, the quality is a little bit lower, but for running and gunning and light, I mean, I've got another tripod that's smaller than this. And this one also, this was the first remote I ever had, and it plugs into, this is the only camera I got that it'll go to, and it'll plug right into it. All my first turkey hunting videos and most of my deer hunting was with a camera just like this. And even my daily vlogs was with that camera. I mean, it screen turns around. It's just a handy little old camera. I'm gonna use it more and more, and the audio is so surprisingly good that, and that's the main thing, is you got to have as good audio as you can get. I don't run a lot of external mics and stuff like a lot of people do, because I just don't want to fool with that. I've got them, and once I got them, it's just sometimes it gets too much. I want to hunt. But anyway, if I was just filming somebody, it'd be a little different. And it is a lot easier to film. Like when I go with Cody or Sissy or whatever, 9 times out of 10, this is all I'm toting. I freehand it. Sometimes if we go in a blind or something, I'll carry a tripod, but 9 times out of 10, I'm just freehanded. And I got a little lanyard type deal on there, and I can throw it over my neck or clip it or whatever. But it can get a little aggravating when you're toting all this stuff, your shotgun, and decoys. I'm going to talk about decoys here in just a second. Another thing that I got to really liking last year, because I don't really have a ton of camouflage. I mean, I've got quite a bit, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's just not my most comfortable thing, or may not want to wear it all day, or may know I'm gonna get done hunting and get on a tractor or working on something and get greasy or whatever, and I like to take care of my camo. So I got this a couple of years ago. I've actually got 2 or 3 sets of it for me and Cody. This one is made by Drake. I mean, you can just wear whatever you want. You can wear white, hot pink, to the woods, whatever. Throw this on, and there's your camo. I got 2 of them that's pullover, but I like this one that zips. The 2 of them that pull over, let's see, this one, yeah, it's got, no, it's, your pocket, your hands go all the way through on this one, on the pockets. So I really like this, and last year I got to liking this hood. I just felt like on a bright sunny day where this just I even did this on deer hunting. Pull this thing around and you got your mask on. I already wear glasses, so I kind of got to watch that glare just like the camera. But this will give you a little more shade, kind of like on the front of that camera. It's got that hood on it for shade. So I like this one. I've got a couple that's pull over and they got big pouches right here. I don't generally wear the pants because where we hunt and all these briars and all, you wouldn't have no leafy wear. You'd be leaving pieces of them pants everywhere. Every once in a while, I'll slip them on, but I don't worry too much about my pants. I meant to get my gaiters out. I about quit wearing rubber boots if I know I'm not gonna need them, and I got some Crispies and Danners, just like 8-inch waterproof boots, and then I got some Kuiu gaiters that strap on over my pants. And I've gotten to where I'd rather do that. Unless you're just wading in water, you'll still stay dry. In most of our places, I keep a pair of rubber boots in the truck because you never know when you're gonna need them, especially if you go out of town or something. But I would rather just wear those my Crispies are my favorite. I forget which one it is, but the Crispy boots and my Danners, I like them. and put them gaiters on. The main thing I want to do with them is my feet will be dry from the boots and my legs won't get wet in the tall grass in the morning. So, but yeah, that's what I like. The leafy wear, and boy, it works good for camo. I mean, I really like. You ain't gotta have it, but I like that jacket. And these days that it's a lot of it, like this morning, it was like 42 or 3. I'm supposed to get up to 80. So if you start shedding layers, you still got your camo on top. I mean, there's some mornings it's cold. Might have a down jacket on, and I could slip this over it, and it'll quieten it down, and you stay warm. Because you can get cold sitting on a turkey. All right, so let's talk about optics a little bit. Oh, 9 times out of 10. Come here, girl. Come on. 9 times out of 10, I forget them. Binoculars, what I'm talking about. So, to me, these old black mouths be a little skittish. Swarovski to me is the best made. I've had these a long time now. I had an old pair. I'm fixing to be 49. I got a pair when I was like 16, 17. I had them rebuilt, lifetime warranty. I like stuff with lifetime warranty. I had the others rebuilt once or twice, I think. I gave them to Cody. These are the ELs. I've had these for years now. They need about time to be sent back. These things get used. These have got the shoulder harness deal on them. These are, to me, the 10x42 Swarovski's about as good as you can get. But I've got these several years ago. These are Maven. These are 10x28s, and I just got the neck strap. Half the time I just stick them in my vest. They're so small. The biggest reason I want binoculars when I go turkey hunting, I ain't got to have the big ones, is like if I get out on a big field, power line, gas line, and I see a turkey way down there, I have crawled and snuck for hours and get up there and it'd be a Jake. The biggest thing I want to do is be able to see if he's strutting, if he's got a full fan, or if he's got a long beard. If I look, he's a Jake, I'm moving on. So, but if these, one thing I was going to say, if these, of course, these are lifetime warranty, but if I ever buy another pair of binoculars, scopes and binoculars, since I got this pair of Swarovskis, have came a long way. And these are still high dollar, too high dollar. And the stuff they've got out now, these Mavens and a 10x42, just like the Swarovskis, or Vortex or something like that. What was that that we had in the deer raffle? Alpine or something like that. Clear as a bale, and I'm talking about way less than a third of the cost. So these right here have been knocked around and throwed around. I don't know if they're supposed to stay out or not, but these right here, I mean, at several hundred yards, you can see if he's got a beard and or a full fan. So I'll probably I just leave these, they're so light right here. But I can tell you, if I wear these all day, or them for sure, even on the shoulder harness or this, it pulls on my back. As light as a feather as that is, it still pulls on my back. So that's my optics. All right, so one more thing I'm going to talk about is decoys. I wanted to play with my bow some this year. I was thinking about weapons a second ago, but I don't know if I'm going to get to where I can shoot my bow enough to where I want to carry it. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about decoys. People, you hear a lot of people for them, against them, whatever. I really, when we started years ago, I'm trying to think in Mississippi if they were, but I know in Alabama for years they were illegal. You couldn't even use them. And I remember the first decoys we ever got years ago and tried, and the first turkey come out and saw it. I ain't seen him since. But anyway, decoys have come a long way. They are fun to play with. I usually have them when I got Cody with me, or Sissy or Tressie, and even sometimes me. I get tired of toting all the stuff. I ain't got nothing against people using them, whatever. I don't care what nobody does, as long as, it's legal. It don't make no difference to me. To each his own. they always trying to blame no turkeys on this and that. The biggest reason is this management stuff, and probably before too long we're gonna have got a kind of a surprise coming and something interesting on a management type video before long. But anyway, back to the decoys. I'm gonna play with some stuff this year. My favorite thing, I've got 3 different Jake decoys. I've got the old funky chicken. That thing I think it's made by Flexstone or whoever it was, but that thing is a killer sometimes. I like a Jake, and when I put a Jake out, I've always got at least 1 hen, or sometimes 2. I've had better luck with them come charging in when a gobbler's trying to take over that Jake's hen or whatever. So I've got the funky chicken. I've got a Avian X Jake, and man, I'm gonna tell you what, that thing, it looks so real. I have fell asleep before and woke up and jumped and almost shot my decoy. And then last year, I think it was Primos came out with a Jake it is super small. It's tiny, and it looks so real, and it's light. So, you know, the Avian X, it's hard to get both of them in one of their bags. You might have to tote 2 bags. But anyway, I usually can I've got an old fold-up foam hen. From what I have learned, in my opinion, the hen's realism is not as important as your Jake or your strutter, full strut gobbler decoy. So I've got the 3 Jakes. I usually carry that Flex something, I forget what that thing was. Feather Flex, yeah, years ago it just folds up. You can put it on that little stake and she'll spin real light in a light wind. So I usually try to stick the Jake. If the turkeys is come from over yonder, I point the Jake that way and the hen on the other side of him, and that way that Jake will usually come in, and I mean that longbeard will come in and turn, and that's the best scenario for a bow. You point that thing, he's gonna loop around and face that thing normally. But anyway, I got a couple of strutters. I got 2 old Primo strutters. The new one, I forget the brand of it, but it's just like a half strut and you put the fan on it. I'm gonna play with some stuff with that thing this year. I'm gonna do some stuff different. Probably do what I know normally works when I've got somebody with me, but we may play with some stuff when I'm by myself. These turkeys down here now, it ain't a for sure thing on them decoys. I've had them things get up there and stick that old neck up and turn around and run or walk off. I mean, there's kind of a strategy to it, but I like it for Cody or Cece or Tracy or whoever, somebody new for sure, because normally it'll take their attention off, because a lot of times people not used to holding that gun just steady for an hour and can't not moving, and that decoy takes some of that attention off and usually get them to come up there and stop instead of, you know, somebody's been shooting shotgun for years, he come flying by, you can shoot him. But new folks, I like to just, man, I like watching the show with a decoy. I ain't gonna lie, it makes for a good video. So I'm gonna play with some of that this year. And, you know, there's haters both ways. I don't care, as long as it's legal. I'm beginning to be a bigger and bigger fan of Michael Waddell. I like Michael Waddell and Philip Culpepper. And the last week, I think it was on the Real Tree channel. Y'all go back and listen if y'all like turkey hunting. There was 2 or 3 videos in a row that Michael Waddell put out on the Real Tree channel, and I need to meet this guy, because he thinks a lot like I do, and we're about the same age. I think he's about a year older than me. I think Culpepper's a little younger. I would love to hunt with them 2 guys, but I just like the way Waddell lays it out on what he thinks about. He's deep rooted in heart and soul in turkey hunting like I am. He just made it in the industry with Real Tree and all, and they picked a good one for that. I think I ain't never met him personally, but for them videos and all, and just watching him with his kids hunting and all, I think he's the real deal. But anyway, I just about got off the rambling and got to talking about politics or something there. I'm going to stay off of that. But we started out with a turkey dump video, ended up showing you my leafy ware, my camera setups, and talked about decoys. I am ready for it to get here. I know Cody was trying to gather some stuff up last year and has misplaced his mask, so I've got to find him an extra one. I got some laying around here, but he gets kind of picky like I am. He gets what he wants. We may have to go pick one up somewhere. I got one like that somewhere, and I can't find the one because I don't like what he likes, and I can't find. I've got one, but I can't find it. I'll find it. But anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.